Good afternoon, everybody. Got the intake for the Buick on the workbench now. I'm gonna do a little disassembling on it and gonna soak her with some degreaser and pressure wash it. That way it's not so nasty when I go to put it on. When the car was running, I rebuilt the carburetor, put new choke pull-offs on it, and vacuum brakes, and put a new AC idle control, or a high idle solenoid when the AC kicks on. Put that on, and you can still get a lot of this stuff on eBay. Yeah, I'm just gonna power wash it off. That way it's not all nasty to be handled and all gross looking with the redone heads. So that's the plan. Of course, it's got a quadrajet carburetor. It's an 800 ZFM one. The ones with the straight inlets, the long ones, I think, are generally Pontiac, Buick, or Oldsmobile. If it's a straight inlet, but it's like short, I think that could have been like a Chevy truck. There were so many variants of these quadrajets, and I think they even made quadrajets for Mopar products at one point. Or maybe it was Carter. Carter manufactured quadrajets at one point. One or the other. But yeah, 800 CFM. Like I said, I rebuilt it when the car was running, or to get it running. A little stuck. The top plate is warped. I've read all sorts of ways to fix it. And I'll tackle that when that time comes. But it'll probably get rebuilt again before I start the car. That, or at least taken apart and cleaned well. I've got a book on rebuilding these quadrajets. If anyone wants any information, that book right there is a wealth of knowledge. Alright, everybody. It's dark now. I've fought technical difficulties all evening long, from the garden hose being split in two, it still has a leak, to the tip of the pressure washer being plugged with rust. So I'm ready to just wash that thing and get it over with. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I hate working at home. Nothing ever goes right. I'm a mechanic, that's what I do. At work, everything's always fine, If I try to do anything at home, it never goes to plan. I got this little Ryobi pressure washer here. My brother used it all the time. I think it still works, so we're gonna try it out on that. That's been soaking with Simple Green for a while now. The Simple Green's probably all soaked into it or evaporated. So let's just see what it does. I'll get some footage of that, and then I'll come back to you guys when I'm done. Well, when it does work, it works. I don't know what's going on with it. I'll try to get this thing pressure washed, and I'll come back. Alright, everybody, that is the intake now. It's the bottom. I got it flipped over. That's the top. I'll turn the pressure washer back on and wash a little grass off real quick. I forgot that I turned the water off. Let me deal with that real quick. Alrighty. I'll get it up on the workbench and get it dried off, and then show you guys what it looks like clean. Alright everybody, now where I'm done, there's the Buick in all our glory. Now where I'm done though, I shed a little light on the situation. I found a really cool LED, like selectable brightness. I don't know, let's just see what that does, if I can do it without killing myself. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, got the intake washed. Let me take you through my cluttered garage. Don't judge me. This is 4 people's worth of clutter. There's an El Camino if you guys want to see anything done with that. Lost motivation on it when I was a kid. I bought it, rebuilt the engine, and the gauges didn't work. Everybody told me to fix the gauges. Everybody also just told me to rewire it. So I bought a painless wiring harness, tried to rewire it. And an older friend, helped me rip everything out, and then we would always just sit there and eat pizza and just goof off and not get anything done. So here we are 10 years later, just sits in the garage. But another friend and I rebuilt the engine with help from another friend, mostly for muscle and stuff. And I mean, it's ready to go. Or if somebody wants to buy it, let me know. I'm in Oklahoma. Just give me a holler. But yeah. But here's the intake. It still looks like rough, but it's no longer covered in dirt and mouse poop, rat poop. Come out pretty good considering all I did was soak it a little bit with simple green and power washed it off. The power washer started working normally after a few minutes of on and off and building. I think maybe the hose leak was messing with the power washer. But yep. Just let that, I blew it off and wiped it off with towels. Just let it air dry the rest of the way. And show you the bottom, maybe. These old intakes, they're good, but they're heavy. Yeah, I got all the sludge off and all that good stuff. So I'll take it apart, I'll change it. I got a thermostat for it, I'll change that, put the gasket on. That's pretty much it. And then I just gotta, at some point, bolt it onto the engine. I'll probably, while the intake's off, I'll probably just pour oil from a bottle onto the lifters and onto the cam, and then put the intake on, let all that stuff get kind of lubed up. And I mean, I've looked in there. I mean, considering it's 40 years old and been exposed now for the last 4 years, it's in pretty decent shape. I mean, there's some light pitting and all that, but that can all be fixed with a rebuild later on. I'd like to just get this thing going and be able to drive it, you know. So, yeah. Intake's cleaned off. It's getting late and it's dark now. That's the problem. I work an hour from home now, and now we're in fall, so the days are shorter. But I'll get her done. And yeah, I'm putting all this stuff on YouTube for motivation. I mean, my friend motivated me to even just bring the thing to my house so I could work on it. I mean, I've wanted to get the car going for a long time. So yeah, if you guys see this, I mean, if it interests you, interact with me. Comment, do whatever, you know, like the video. Yeah, mostly comment, you know. Just tell me whether you like the project, don't like the project, if you're doing something similar, doing something dissimilar, if you just scrapped one of these, it don't matter. Yeah, I just figured maybe some, between my buddies' between my friends' motivation and motivation from interaction on YouTube, you know, total strangers, that might help me get this thing done, because it's sat for 4 years now. Like I said, this has been 10 years in this garage, so if you guys want to motivate me on this, or if somebody wants to buy it, I'd probably just take $1,000 for it and just get it out of here. But yeah, that's a little more backstory on what I'm doing here, a little more info. There's the intake all cleaned up. Hopefully I can get it on this weekend, and then from there it's just wiring the car or repairing the wiring and trying to remember where everything went. I got a few pictures, but they ain't that great. And yeah. So yeah, comment and do whatever. Thank you very much.